Hello there everybody, this is Speckblocklime here with another reaction video for all of you today. And today's video is coming from the channel Chip Flake. And the video is titled Why I Hated Art Class. Now this channel does a few art, like story videos, story time stuff, and other things, so it's kind of interesting to find out why they went from hating art to maybe liking it to being okay with it. And I want to see what their story is, because I've always had an okay thing with art. I don't think I've ever hated it, but I've always had at least some affinity, at least like or love to it. In between, up and down, but never hate. Never had a hate thing. So, who knows? Let's just get on to the video and see where it goes.
So when I was in high school, during my last 2 years, I chose to study art and design. I also wanted to do media studies and ICT, but that year the education system was pushing the English baccalaureate, which basically meant that I was forced to take geography and French instead. So thanks for that, school. But hey, at least I can tell you how an oxbow lake is formed. But yeah, I did art because I like drawing, and sometime during high school I figured out I was pretty good at drawing from photographs. But I like to do other stuff too. I wasn't that good at it, but I really enjoyed making sculptures with a material called mud rock. For one of the projects I made a sculpture of a stool that looked like a tree stump, because it was like a nature themed project, and I loved the way it turned out.
I don't know if all art schools have the similar kind of art stuff,
but I didn't care.
I don't remember if we had sculpting in any timeline and when I went to. I think maybe, but I don't remember that well. I know painting was always part of something.
When my teacher's like,
or drawing or sketching.
So you need to make something else. What? Yeah, the stool thing ain't working out. You need to do a drawing instead. Is she serious? I didn't say anything because she's the teacher and she's supposed to know what's best, right? So I worked super hard on this stupid drawing, rushing so that I could get it done for the deadline, but also trying to make it look, you know, good. And this was literally on the deadline day. Couple of hours before everything had to be submitted. Yeah, this project you worked really hard on, yeah, just throw it in the bin and start from scratch. I was also really tired of drawing at this point because I did it in
I get it. I can see a little resentment.
I completely understand because my teacher just wanted me to get the best mark that I could, but it kind of messed up my perception of art as a whole.
I feel like if you're an art teacher in like middle school or even high school, you should be a little critical, but at the same time,
the first year was
you shouldn't focused on trash too much because not everybody in that art class is going to become an artist. Some of them just like casually, others are just taking it because they have to, and there's only a few that will try to take it. Those are the problems you could focus on to like obviously give them the best grade because they show the work.
Looks like a child made it.
But I think other people should just not be too hard on them, especially if they're younger, even elementary. I feel like you saying something like that goes contradictory to like the idea of art.
Usually having done the same thing for several years, sometimes have a habit of not explaining.
Like saying they didn't do it good. Like what do you mean? Like I can get if it was like some kind of like
in high school, you look at an
wood shop,
make something inspired by them, and try to make it look good. In college, is much
like
more
wood shop or something, because it has to structurally make sense. Because if not, it'll break or it'll put someone in danger. I get it, but if it's like
how and why the idea
art,
in this way,
I feel like it's a little different.
There's obviously a lot more factors that go into it, but my point is that art in college is much more about understanding art and how it's made.
Yeah, that's why I get if they criticize a little harder.
If I'd known this at the start of the course, I would have been spared months of hating the class and not doing the work because I thought it was stupid. I'm not blaming the teacher for not telling me though. I take full responsibility for just sitting there and being annoyed that they weren't fixing the problem that they had no idea was even a problem.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be mad at the teacher, so like mad. I just, but at the same time, it just sounds like should have been a little lighter with what you said.
Babies, you'd be surprised. Colour theory is something that's always in the back of your head. Like, yeah, I know that. But not that many artists really experiment with it, and you should, because colour can completely change the look of your artwork. So during this colour theory lesson, one of the tasks was to make a painting using complementary colours, and I was like, oh, painting. That's like the thing I'm
And then not all artists like the same art. Some people just love sculptures, others obviously painting, you know,
and
different types of art, you know.
It wasn't a masterpiece or anything.
You know, spray painting instead of regular painting.
It didn't look like trash.
depending on what kind of sculpting you're doing.
This is the point.
You know, maybe you like to work with your hands more.
I never would have made this.
You like to work with the board, sketches, so much stuff. It's different.
List of possible mediums used to create
that's only like the art that's more like that, and then there's other kinds of art where you're doing with sewing.
I had the confidence to use it in my final project for the year.
With other things, like even digital art.
The paint is something that I
not
don't
all of
think I
it's
could
the
have
same.
achieved to the same quality if I
feel, in my opinion, all art is valid.
Pencils, for example. So, if you are creative in any way, music, writing, making videos, whatever you do, experiment. Try a different instrument, a different genre, or a different way of editing.
Yeah, that's a good way. I think if you get into art, you just try to view them to see if you like which one or not.
Even if you
but also don't get mad at people. There's people that just don't like art or don't get it, because they just won't, and that's fine. Leave them alone. As long as they're not being like assholes. Like, not like if they can criticize you, that's fine. You have to accept it, but don't let them hopefully try to hurt you for real or destroy what you worked on. If they just say something like randomly, don't take it too seriously.
A bunch of different things. And the last point I'll leave you with is not to be afraid of asking questions, especially in creative classes. You should never feel as though you're wasting time. Don't hesitate to ask your teacher why you're doing something. It's their job to answer questions and help you learn. And learning is very important.
Yep.
So I hope my story helps you in some way. And if you already knew all of this, I hope you still enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and thank you so much for the support. All the comments have been really motivational. I'm continuing to experiment with new ways to make my stuff even better, so please let me know if you like or dislike
it looks like
the
it's going well.
it's going in. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next video.
Yeah, there we go. Like I said, I like to let things play out in case, you know, there's anything they want to promote or anything. So I want to give them as much credit as possible. Anyways, that was the video. I thought it was interesting, insightful, had some moments and all that stuff. And get a little perspective on their art, you know, the way they see it. There's not much I can really add, so I just wanted to say that a few things that, you know, art's interesting, good. There's many perspectives and types, and like I said, there's even people that just don't understand it or don't like art much, and you should also accept those people as long as they're not doing something really bad. You should just be okay with those guys, you know, with whoever they are, because there just are people that just don't get it, and they just don't want to try, and that's fine. As long as they're not doing something really bad, you should also not to be critical. If they just don't use art, then they just don't that much, and that's it. It just needs to be like understanding. That's all. I think if everybody can understand just a little bit, then things won't be that hard. Criticism and judgment can exist, but, you know, just makes sense to, you know, understand why it's happening. Not just say it and then nobody gets an explanation. But anyways, that's a good video from the channel Chipflake. Check out the channel, check out this video. Hopefully you can check out anything else they've worked on, please. But also come back here and check out anything, you know, we worked on, recording. And then other stuff I'm going to be working on other channels. So hopefully you can check all that stuff. Give it views. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification button so you can get notified about more future videos. Everybody take care and have a good day.